Well, how are you doing? This is going to be another short video just detailing on how NASA's North American X-15 kills the globe. The X-15 is claimed to have flown the fastest uh, any thing ever flew or something like that. Right? it's a it was an experimental thing back in the 60s and 70s or something. Anyway, NASA's North American X-15 kills globe. Right? The X-15 is claimed to be the fastest plane ever, reaching claimed speeds of Mach 6.70 on the 3rd of October 1967. Mach 6.70 is 5,140.7 miles per hour. I'm using the globe model's polar circumference as aircraft fly longitudinal distances. So, 1 second, let me check this. Put in the there. Sorry, I'm using the globe model's polar circumferences as aircraft fly longitudinal distances. Using the globe model's polar circumference of 24,806 miles divided by 5,140.7 miles per hour is 4.8254. So this means it would be take the X15 4.8254 hours to fly around the polar circumference of the globe model at top speed. 360 divided by 4.8254 equals 74.6052. That means that it would have to account for 74.6052 on a globe model below horizontal degree pitch every hour. And then this divided by 60 is 1.2434. So that would be minus 1.2434 degrees pitch per minute. And 1.2434 divided by 60 equals 0.0207. So that would be minus 0.0207 degrees pitch below 0 degrees horizontal per second. Okay, so this means that the X-15 pilot would have to fly a constant pitch down position of minus 0.0207 degrees per second or minus 1.2434 degrees per minute. It was claimed to fly at a height of 62.137 miles in altitude, but if it flies at 5,140 miles per hour, then that is 85.66 miles per minute. And it could hold its top speed for 120 seconds or 2 minutes, supposedly. Between 80 and 120, it said 120, so off the NASA website. So how did it fly pitch down at a top speed of 85 miles per minute, which is covering 171 miles in 2 minutes, if it only had a maximum altitude of less than 63 miles? 63 miles, I think, is its maximum it ever got, that supposedly. I don't believe 63 miles exists up there, but I'll just go along with it for the sake of the argument. So if it's flying at 85 miles per minute, and it's only at an altitude of 63 miles up, and it is covering 171 miles in 2 minutes at its top, and it can hold its top speed for 2 minutes, then how did it do it? Because if it's going to be flying pitch down below horizontal, then it's pitched down below horizontal. It's going to smash into the ground. It didn't, as this would have resulted in certain death and destruction for the crew and pilots. As after 2 minutes, the accumulated below horizontal pitch would have been minus 2.4868 degrees. So after 2 minutes of flight, the X-15 would have had to have been almost 2.5 degrees below horizontal. And it's flying it's flying 85 miles per minute, and it's starting off at 63 miles in the sky. There's no way it's going to just smash directly into the ground. There's no way around that. This would have resulted in absolute destruction within 2 minutes of flight at the X-15's top speed. If the Earth was a globe, which it's not, the end. Oh, and just to throw in there. Oh, and it's said to have achieved this top speed of 5,140.7 miles per hour at only 19.34 miles high in altitude, according to Wikipedia. Now, I read that on Wikipedia, not on NASA. But if it's less than 20 miles up, which makes more sense, I would say there's about 35, 36 maybe a bit more miles up in the sky. If you're talking about that 19.34 miles, that seems like a more plausible height. And if they achieved over 5,000 miles an hour at that height, then there's no way they could have ever flown in any of these situations, scenarios, with the nose as a constant pitch down. They just smashed directly into the ground. So someone's trolling someone here, borders. You know, I'd wake up if I were ye. NASA are laughing at you since the 60s. Thanks.